Hey, what's up, party people? Just gonna shoot a little video here. I got some books over the holidays and answered the Craigslist ad. This guy was advertising 6,000 books for sale and 100 for 45 and down. And so I went there and I was really stoked. I thought I was gonna get a lot of really good stuff and find all these hidden gems, and just turned out to be a serious collector. I mean, I guess he was a seller, and all his stuff from the conventions he brought back, and there was like 9 long boxes just full of crap. So my dreams were shattered, but I stayed and I started to go through the books, and I picked one out. Oh, that would be cool. This one's okay, and that one's okay. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind having that. And before you know it, I had 130 books picked out, and I offered him $50 and he took it. So everything from here on out is 38 cents. Um, there's Wolverine Origin number 6. Wolverine number 50, kind of like that die cut cover. I'm not going to show all 130 because a lot of it is crap, but Wolverine 2, I got volume, what is this, 3, something? Like that cover, he's reading a copy of Wald and just got all shot up. Doesn't look happy. Wolverine 75, hologram. Whoa, man, I'm tripping out. I don't know why that's in there. Oh, yeah, hologram time. X-Men 304. Magneto hologram. So, I mean, the books are in awesome condition, and, for 38 cents, the back issue bin would be a lot more. So, that's the way I got to look at it. I didn't find any. There's no Bronze Age, there was no, he made sure all of the decent books were taken out of that, all of the boxes. This is just kind of like the Marvel stuff. Hulk 400, Iron Man 290, and they're all very fine plus. It's kind of like the little foil deal got going on here. Doctor Strange 50. Cable 1. Cable 1. Some the McFarlane Spider-Mans number 3. You've all seen this before. Number 4. A 5. A 6. And 7. Bear with me, I'm trying to work out this glare. And it sucks with an iPhone because you really only have one hand, and there's a lot of crap down there. Anyway, I found three amazing Spider-Mans. This was a director's cut cover of 509. That'll help with the run. And there's a lot of odd books I've never seen before, kind of modern stuff. Image, Top Cow, Marvel. Some of the books I researched, others I didn't. I just like this cover. Darkness and the Hulk. Maybe I'll read it someday. 356, Incredible Hulk. Bikers are wimps. Couldn't say it better myself. I remember this from my first round of collecting this. This is kind of like when I was getting out of it. I remember this cover. Like that cover. 377. Daredevil 300. Alright. Wolverine Natsuki. Don't know anything about this. Looked interesting. It's a miniseries. Marvel Knights 1, Wolverine Punisher. New Mangaverse. And I'm sorry for the shakiness. Marvel Superheroes Fall Special, X-Men. Looks interesting. I used to have this, and there's 3 out of 4. Power Pack! Fantastic Four versus the X-Men number 3. X-Men and the Micronauts. number 4. X-Men, number 2. So, I had $50 and I was just trying to figure out my way home. It was an hour away, so I spent an hour driving there, and I was just stoked. Like, oh man, I'm gonna find some awesome stuff. X-Men Annual number 1, and I don't know if this is awesome stuff. It's good to have. It's all in pristine condition. I mean, there's very, but I don't know if I'd rather just spend $50 on 1 or 2 books. Fantastic Four Annual 26, featuring brand new Marvel superstar Wildstream. Not so sure how that worked out for Wildstream. Astonishing X-Men number 1. Uncanny number 16, the Shattershot kind of Shattershot story. I think this has the blueprints of the mansion and what the hell's the name of that plane they ride around in? Anyway, that thing. But the next one, X-Men Unlimited 1. This book was cool to see. Hawkeye number 3. This is the worst conditioned book. It's the oldest book I saw in all of the boxes. But I just bought number 1 on eBay, so it's good to have 3. 38 cents. The Eternals, John Romita Jr. I saw this full hardback in the library. I was checking it out, and it's pretty cool. This is number 2. These covers are all pretty cool. Is it Tony Berry that does it? Does them? Excuse me. But they're neat covers. Very proud of them. And of course, I got roped into getting these. I mean, they're only about worth 38 cents. Hopefully that'll change. Thanos 2, Thanos 2, Thanos 3. What up, Galactus? Thanos, what's it, 6? 10. 11. 12. And Infinity War. And I think all 6 were there, but I'm a dumbass and I only got 1, 2, 3. Should have picked out the rest. Look cool. Legion of Monsters number 1, featuring the Man-Thing. And a lot of stuff I didn't recognize or know about, but I just, that looked kind of neat. Let's pick that out. Next Wave, number 2. And Fing Fang Foom, I Wear Underpants versus the Machine Man. It's kind of a goofy book. I flipped through it. I remember this from back in the day. Soviet Super Soldier. Say that 10 times. This didn't go anywhere. Sleepwalker 1. This didn't go anywhere. I like these what ifs. This one kind of has an uptick on the value range. What if Wolverine was Lord of the Vampires? Cool. What if Phoenix had not died? 32. Giant Size Invaders. Featuring all new story by Roy Thomas. Yeah, well, it didn't last very long, and then it was reprints of Invaders 1, 2, and what's the third one in the back? I forget, but it's a waste of 96 pages, IMO. But it's a cool cover nonetheless. And I think it's like $6 in this condition. Defenders, number 1. What volume? 2, 3? You guys tell me. I like that cover, though. Nick Fury's Howling Commandos. Rated T. And the director's cut. Fantastic Four #1 of November, Jim Lee, 96. And Iron Man 1 of 96. I looked these up once, and I don't know what, is this volume 2? Probably. And this is neat. I wanted to show you this. John Romita Jr. There's like all kinds of goofy books. There's no rhyme or reason the way he had them laid out in the boxes, but I saw this and just wanted you guys to see this. I guess it's just like an overview kind of book, a tribute book. And, of course, John Sr. gets all the pub and recognition and better artist, I will agree, but he's good. This is his first debut. It just showcases some, kind of reprints that. It's interesting. It's a way to get to know your artist. I like him. Through the Spider-Man books he did. And there's a timeline of his work. And then there's some sketches, sketch gallery inside. This came out in 2006, I believe. Well, you guys probably have it, I don't know. But this is always interesting to see the process. And these sketches, what's this? Oh, notes on the sketches. Widget's special cover sketch. That's cool. But anyway, yeah, it just goes through sketches here. And a lot of these were rejected, I believe. In the back, it tells what each sketch was and where it was alleged to go or where it went in eventually. A lot of them were rejected covers. Yeah, here. Sketch gallery contents. Cover design unused. Cover design unused. Cover design. And then it goes into more of like a Q&A session. And then further through the book, he gets props from other artists at Milgram, etc., 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 etc. But neat to have nonetheless for the price and Joe Kubert. And it's kind of a wraparound deal. I thought that was interesting to see and have. One second. Now, first there was I went to the indie box. He had a box of indie stuff, and I saw this right away. And let me get rid of that glare. Let me put it up here. I didn't know what I was really looking at. It just caught my attention. Like, whoa. Luftwaffe 1946 Technical Manual. Rocket Fighters. And there's a swastika. Like, what? I'll show you what this is all about. Evidently, there was a series, Luftwaffe 1946, by Antarctic Press. And it didn't last very long, maybe 12 or in the teens kind of thing, issues. And Justo Miranda and Ted Nomura, they're not Nazis. This is not propaganda. These books, there was 4 of these books to go along with the Luftwaffe 1946 series that showcased all of the, fighters and machines that were used during the storyline. And the whole premise is that what if the Nazis and Germany had won the war? What would have happened? And it's an alternative reality series that seems real interesting. Since I found this, I was did some research on it, and these guys aren't propagandists for any stretch. It gives an introduction, where they're going with this, and there's actually historical facts fused in with the storyline. Like Werner von Braun and his development of the V2 rocket. And here's one of the other regular books, Project Saucer. But this kind of stuff is neat to me. I don't know. The concepts, and they want to go into space. The Nazis do, and there's a von Braun interceptor, but it's all historically correct information fused in with what these guys were doing, and then they give technical drawings of what they're talking about in the books, which I find pretty neat. And there's actually real planes and jets the Nazis were working on included. So, I mean, not that you're going to really go into it that much, but just to have all of this background information included with your series is pretty cool. And that was a real plane, the Dornier-Du. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but and it goes on to explain. Yeah, there's a Mr. Schmidt, whatever it was. But that was real concept, and they made them. Where their inspiration was drawn from, and here it is. Here's the books they used to create the series, or the inspiration, a lot of the facts they got to create the series, and then old comics they drew inspiration from. So this is really interesting to me, at least. I don't know. I'll be on the lookout for the regular series. This is neat. 1999, Antarctic Press. So, Luftwaffe 1946. And 1 second. This is some of the other stuff. This is the independent stuff. Tick Color, number 4. I can't find these anywhere in price guides or comic book realm. They don't have the color issues. I gotta hit them up to see. But Tick number 3. Tick Color number 6. On a free comic day, Betty and Veronica, Archie Comics number 1. Katie Keene, first and last of one of these I'll get. This is cool. John Byrne, Babe, 104. Stuff you don't see. Kilgore of Renegade Press, number 1. Trying to shoot down a U-boat with an assault rifle. Good luck with that. Colonel Kilgore, I believe that's him. This is cool. Don Simpson's Bizarre Heroes. He's a cool artist. This is just a weird kind of series with weird characters doing weird things. And there's Phantom Jungle Girl. Just drawn weird. And Megaton Man. Just completely overdrawn. On purpose. But I want to find the rest of these. Found pretty much the whole run in X-Men. There's one. Everyone except the Hellboy issue. And Savage Dragon 1 was in there. A Kirby Secret City Saga. All right. And I was going through here, towards the end, I already had like close to all books picked out and going through, and I just liked this cover. It just struck me and just threw it in a pile. And then when I went to research it, I realized that Why Not Art had talked about number 1 of this issue, and it had an incredible cover. And the more I researched it, this is Pacific Comics. I believe there were 6 issues made. And Dave Stevens cover there. And Bruce Jones started this with Dave Stevens, I believe. And this is a comic book in every aspect of the word. I mean, the art is incredible. The stories are cool. There's like 6 stories or 5 to 6 stories in each issue. And there's different contributors to each story. But this guy can draw. Dave Stevens, he does women well. And it's a little more on the mature side. But the covers are all cool. Number 1 is amazing. This one's good. That's a robot lover. They crash land on an alien planet. Just neat stuff. Find these. And I believe Bruce Jones is going to come out and sometime this year and restart this title for Epic Comics. Be on the lookout. Frankenstein Mobster? Who knows? Had to have it. Who knows? Don't ask why. Stone Cold Steve Austin, #1, Chaos Comics. This is the photo cover variant. This will be up for trade. Giant size X-Men, preferably. Simpsons Comics, 119. This has a door handle insert. I saw it. 118. These are cool to have. Bart Simpson Boy Mystery, #30. Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror, #10. The Monsters of Rock issue. Simmons, Cooper, Zombie, Pat Boone. Sweet. Speaking of Rob Zombie, Spook Show by MV Creations, #5, International. Spook Show International. Featuring werewolves, wimps, weirdos. Clockwork Orange take with werewolves as the main characters. And it's a Rob Zombie joint, so there's a lot of titties in this. This is just some kind of weird deal. Herbie, A+ Comics, first issue of Herbie, the Fat Fury. And Batman and Spider-Man apparently are not so tough. He has a plunger for a hat. God, the Dyslexic Dog, #1. I've always wanted this, the whole series, and I'll find the rest, but Godzilla #6 from Dark Horse, 80 something, forget. Image Masters of the Universe, #1. I think this is a variant. Don't ask me why. Penny and Aggie. The reason I got this book was because you read it like this, and I just want one that you open like this, and that'll be the last I ever get of that. Vertigo, The Filth, with Grant Morrison joint, issue #7. I recently got back into collecting, so I had no idea what this was. You know, cover's not that great, but inside is awesome. I'll be looking for the rest of these. It's a good comic book. This is not a good comic book, although that guy did a lot of work with Master of Kung Fu, Doug Munch, Aztec Ace #1. Not a big fan. And then I started seeing this stuff from Harris Books, Vampirella and Witchblade. Got it. Vampirella Quarterly, #1. Joe Jusko cover. Sweet. Vampirella Intimate Visions #1. Joe Jusko Speaks. Nice one. Intimate Visions #1. The Best of Amanda Connor. Vampirella Revelations #1. Book 2 Prototype Edition. This is cool to have. The price is right. I'm getting it. Vampirella #2 Revelations. Mike Lilly's good. That's his cover. And last but not least, Vampirella Revelations #3. This is a Joe Jusko. This is a variant called the Virgin covers. They have just nothing written on them, and there's no graphical signage. Just that. And this is the most valuable book I found in that all of those books I picked out. I thought it was just an insert and turned out to be a book. Score. So then on the way home, I'm like, man, did I just waste $50? I don't know. You tell me. So I had to go spend more money at the shop because I needed to get bags and boards and some issues. So yeah, Marvel got me. I'm in. This has been spoken about ad nauseum. Daredevil 21, first cameo of Superior, last sell. And get this, wow, you can. I got this on the shelf for cover price. It's not worth cover price anymore. Peter Panzerfaust, #2, first print. And there's that short box I talked about in some other videos. It's still sitting there and no one's really buying anything out of. So I had to. What If, #4. 5 ducats. And you guys tell me it's a square bound deal. And then when it flattens out like this to almost flat, how does that affect the value? I mean, the grading of it? Because it's pretty nice, except for that spine kind of flattening. Champions 2. Excuse me. Champions 11 with Black Goliath. Great condition. I think yeah, I bought it for 2. It's worth more than that. Swamp Thing #1, Saga of Swamp Thing. It was that much, so I got it. And this isn't really the book to own in this series. It's 20 on, where they switched writers. There's a new scripter. I think his last name's Miller. It's not on the top of my head. This was in the back issue, or their long boxes of back issues for $1. Captain America 360. First appearance, full appearance of Crossbones. And I just went on eBay, and there was a buy it now near mint for $33 already. Crossbones is going to be the antagonist in the Winter Soldier movie coming up. And found the Marvel 2-in-1 in a not so great condition. 6.5 maybe. But that's decent, $5. And it is the second appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy. And speaking of Thanos, this is his first appearance in an Avengers book. It's not annual number, 7? This is one of the books you need to get if you want the first story arc, starting with Iron Man 55 and then going on to Captain Marvel. There's a crossover in this book. There's a crossover in Daredevil 107. This book's hitting between $50 and $70 near mint. This was in that short box for $8, and it's fine plus, very fine minus score. Then there's some Avengers in there. This is immaculate condition, 5 for $150. Sorry, I know this video is long, but I'm going to get this all out of the way. This is a 50-cent, 172. Low grade's better than no grade, right? 175 for $1. 161 for 50 cents. Has a tear in the bottom, right by the Scarlet, right by her arms. But this is cool. In the very beginning of this book, they just start going at it with the Ant-Man, because he doesn't believe they're the real Avengers, and he just attacks them with ants. Funny thing is, they drew them as ants, but they all have 4 legs. That's interesting. All right. $3.50 for this. Defenders #1. It does have that little bit of kind of spine crush. It was $3.50, and it's other than that. Near mint, that's a $40 book. And it's not near mint, but, you know, it's approaching very fine. Score. So that's it. I hope everyone had a great holiday season. And, you know, take it easy. Talk to you soon, and buy low and own higher.